Go back and watch it later. So today we are making Call of Duty Zombies, but it's Call of Duty Zombies, perhaps, or Corona of Duty, as Christian says. COVID of Duty, Corona. I like Corona of Duty. Or we could be zombies, but we try to hunt down an AI that learns like Alien Isolation. I like that. Oh my gosh, the infection has begun. I like that idea. Okay, so I like we zombies, but we can try and hunt down an AI. Yeah, what if the AI learns? That's the thing. We can innovate. If we want to do straight up like Call of Duty Zombies, dark map, confined map, we're fighting zombies, we can do that, but then just innovate on the basic game. Sorry, I feel like I'm sneezing. Okay, the basic game mechanics, like AI that learns or something. I thought that's a pretty interesting idea. Oh, I lost connection, huh? All right, am I back? Connection working now? We could definitely use physics. Yeah, I haven't played Half-Life 2, but we can do some kind of crazy physics and stuff. COD zombies, but you barricade and hide. Yeah. Or you can do it in open world style. That's a good point, Jonathan. That's almost, yeah, I mean, I've seen open world zombie games before. Yeah, bigger than Fallout 4. 16 times the detail. Okay, let's do this. Let's start by kind of fleshing out some of the systems again, like we did, like we started last time, and we'll get closer and closer to really having something that we can play and a game we can design and everything. So, let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, so what we did last time, just a quick refresher, is I made this custom event called Do Line Trace in World, and it shoots an invisible line from one place to another, and then we restore that hit result, and then we can access that hit result later. And whenever the fire weapon custom event is triggered, which is triggered in the left mouse button being pressed, right? It's going to say, hey, wherever that hit result is, which remember that's being updated all the time, every frame. So it's whatever the most recent thing you looked at. It's going to spawn an emitter at locations, so spawn an explosion there, right? Now later on, we want that explosion only to happen, if your weapon calls for it. I'm gonna get rid of these, like, being able to see the line trace and stuff, because it's a little ugly, so let's get rid of that. I know that this is working, we'll delete that. But now, let's get really into the good stuff, and well, first, let me just make that explosion just a little bit smaller, so it kind of feels like a bullet is being hit. What we're going to do is let's go on to our enemies, and we're going to make an enemy death event. And so we can call this enemy death event. Now, I have a health variable on here. Good. So what we're going to do is, okay, so health is an integer. So if health is 0, then it's going to die, that sort of thing. So let's do this. Custom event called damage enemy, or no, damage health. Damage enemy health. Even though we're coding this on the enemy, I just want to be specific about it. Okay, damage enemy health. So what we're going to do is, I'm not spelling health correctly. The Heath bar health. What is happening? Try that again. Health. Okay. So what we're going to do is say, hey, every time that this event is called, we're going to damage this enemy's health variable by something. Okay. So what we're going to do is set the health to itself minus some number. What number should that be? Well, should it be 1 every time? Yeah, but what about powerful weapons? There's a couple ways you can do this. Powerful weapon, you can call this event many times, right? But, grenade, shotgun, right? Some of those weapons are more powerful. How about this? Instead of just subtracting 1, we bring that in as a parameter. See what I did there? I dragged that onto the custom event. That actually allows us to send information into our custom event when we call it. This is really powerful. So that's called an input. So we'll do this. So connect that. And actually, let's name this damage amount. So when this event is called, it's going to feed in, it's going to set health to itself minus whatever this number is. I don't like my wires to cross, so I like to do things like this. Okay, just to keep it clean, so other people who join the project at any time, right, can easily understand what's going on. Okay, now whenever we damage the enemy health, ideally we want to kill the enemy whenever his health is 0, right? So let's make a an event that will check whether he can die or not. Or actually, we don't need to make an event for that. We'll just call it after all this code. But then we'll make a death event. So let's start with this. So first off, we could do, hey, is the health equal to 0? And do a branch. You guys think we should do that? Is that a good way of doing it? Nod your heads yes or no. Okay. All right. That's a bit of a trick question. I know, I'm cruel. Here's why I don't like doing this. Although this works, but if you just say it's equal to 0, what happens if health ends up getting set to -1? It's still going to return false, okay? Which might happen if, for example, the damage amount that comes in is 7 because you threw a grenade at the guy, okay? And his health before that event was called was 3. Well, now you're in the negatives. So I always like to do, just to be safe when it comes to these equal tos, I just like to do less than or equal to. Because then I'm saying, hey, if it's less than or equal to 0, I know for sure he should be dead. So that's just a kind of, and again, I make that point just to illustrate, because there's been so many times where my code technically works, but it doesn't work when I play it, and it's always because of this. So just something to think about. So let's do, less than 0.1. You could do that, but these are integers, so it won't let me put a period. 0.1 won't let it, you know. But that'll be fine. So if it's less than or equal to 0, and that's true, call the death event. So we're making a death event right here. Custom event enemy death. Call it enemy death. Now what's cool about this is I could have put this whole check on event tick. You know, every frame you're checking, hey, is the thing less than 0? Is the thing less than 0? Is the thing less than 0? However, when you have multiple zombies spawning in all the time, it's not a very healthy, performant, optimal way of doing things. You don't want a bunch of actors ticking all the time. And what I've identified is the only time I need to actually do this is whenever we damage enemy health. Okay, it's the only time you need to check if the guy should be dead or not, is when his health actually gets damaged. Right? So we avoid using a tick event, and yet we're still checking every time he gets damaged. Hey, is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? The one time it comes back as true, we call this event. Now to do this event, what I want to do is do the ragdoll thing where he falls over. You know, the enemies kind of fall over, and this will be really fun. So let's do it. There's like a 3-step process with this. The goal is to simulate physics on the guy's mesh. Okay, if you set simulate physics to this, he's just going to crumple. Okay. So let's start with that event. So we'll do set simulate physics. And I saw something online that said set all bodies simulate physics. So we'll do that, although I've had it work just by hitting set simulate physics. So check mark that. The other thing you need to do is you need to enable set collision enabled. Collision enabled. And the other one you have to disable movement. It might have to be on the whole character. Disable movement. I think that might be correct. You want something to ragdoll and kind of like fall over. But we'll find out. Shoot, zombie game crashes. Yeah, we'll see. So there's our code on our enemy. We're putting this on the zombie. That the someday to be zombie or whatever it will be that we decide it should be. Now, how do we actually trigger this event, damage enemy health? Well, what we'll do is when we fire a weapon, we'll ask out hit, hey, what did you hit? What was the hit actor? If that hit actor is in fact a BP enemy, okay, our blueprint for our zombies, then we can access its custom events and variables and everything. Let's do this. Drag off hit actor, cast to BP enemy. Bring this up here. Again, I don't like wires sneaking around underneath other wires, so we'll do like that. And now because on the cast node, now we have access to all those custom events. So we can type in damage. You see that damage enemy health event comes up. And you're going to see when I click on this, the input is available for us to place in what the actual damage amount should be. Okay, so right now I'm going to put 1 here. So what you just do, 1 is what should be fed into here. But ideally in the future, we ask our player, hey, what's your enemy? Or sorry, what's your weapon say you should be damaging? And if you have, some weapon equipped that says 5 damage, well then we'll be feeding 5 into that instead of 1. Okay, so let's see if this works. Oh, bam. Oh, that guy wouldn't die for some reason. All right, so we're on to something, I'd say, huh? Okay, that's good. That's good. We're doing good. Gotta make them chase you while ragdolled. I wonder. Yeah, let's see what would happen if you didn't disable movement. I think it just won't ragdoll properly. Let's try it. Is he gonna chase us? No, I just whoa. Oh yeah, they're getting too close. They're pushing into my camera. That's never good. Let's Well, okay. I guess the next thing we gotta do is make it so they can kill the player, right? So let's do that. So just like how we have a damage health event for them, they should have a damage health event for us. So let's make a custom event here. Custom event damage player health. And same idea. Let's do I have health variable yet? Yes, good. I have health for our player. We're on our player blueprint right now. Set health to health minus some number. And that number will be whatever the damage that comes in through, bam, the input. Damage amount. And now we got to make, unfortunately, custom event. The event that checks whether our player has lost. Or actually, this should be just kill player. Should be what this is. Okay. So let's do the same thing. We've already done this basically. We're doing a check if the health is are we doing equal or less than or equal to? Christian got it right. Less than or equal. Exactly. Safer. Okay, it covers a lot more. So, hey, is health less than or equal to 0? If so, time to kill the player. Now, with the player death, we're not going to do the same thing. Although, you know what? I've never ragdolled a player as you are the player. I wonder if your camera would... No, the camera wouldn't fall back because the camera's not attached to the mesh. Okay, so it wouldn't be interesting. What we need to do is we need to create some sort of widget that is a death screen that allows you to restart the level. So it actually isn't as tough as it may seem. So let's start it right now. Let's make the widget right now. So what we're going to do is user interface, widget, w underscore player death screen. Okay, open up that widget. Let's do an image. We'll make it just give you like a Call of Duty. Anybody want to find like a good background and paste a link to it in the chat for what the death screen background should look like? Right now, I'm just gonna have it be kind of black. Okay, that's all it's gonna be. But if you find something good for me, let me know. And if we don't find something good, we could always put like a blur, like a background blur, so you still see the world. Which actually is more kind of like zombies. Now that I think about it, when you have zombies, the zombies keep walking around you as you're dead, and you have to restart, I think. But whatever, there's a lot of options. Put the options you want to try. Anyway, what we're going to do is put a restart button in here. Put restart. Let's put this in a wrap with vertical box because I might want multiple buttons all kind of stacked up on top of each other. So I'll duplicate that, and we'll make a quit button as well. Okay, quit button on clicked, really simple. There's one node called quit game. Boom. That's how you quit the game. For restart, also one node, and this is actually really simple. Just open the level again. That'll restart your game. Open level. And we want to open the level. It's called third-person example map. All right, I think we got an image. Sorry, I keep feeling like I need to sneeze or something. So, okay, yeah, Christian's link didn't work. Maybe the new one will. Oh, I see Mortis start exit. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I feel like we could do better than that one. Although I think I know what you're talking. It's from that game, right? Faith. Yeah, Faith. I played that game. It's really scary. Yeah, because I remember that Mortis. But that's all 8-bit looking, and I don't think that works with our style. But whatever. It's if you guys all want to do that and vote on it, we can do that. All right, a couple things we want to do. We don't want the widget just popping into existence. Nothing's cheesier than that. We want the fade in. So let's do a fade real quick. That could actually be really simple. I do this, make fade animation. And what I like to do is click on that, and I take the canvas, the whole canvas, and we set the render opacity from 1 to whatever, right? Let's do it from 0 to 1, bam, and the whole canvas with all its widgets will fade in like that. Okay, so that's our animation. And all we do is put that animation to play on construct when the widget is constructed. So let's say animation get play animation. All right, and that's all we got to do. That's going to fade this in. One more thing that we have to do that people don't think about. If this fades in, we need our mouse back because we got to click on our buttons. And by default, our mouse isn't enabled, right? So what you got to do is this. Get player controller. It's like a 3-step process getting your mouse to work again if it wasn't working. If it wasn't visible, if it wasn't clickable, that kind of thing. So mouse, set enable click events. Mouse over events, set enable mouse over events. Oh, not touch events. Set enable mouse over events. Touch events are for like mobile games and things. Set enable, set show mouse cursor. Yeah, there should be one setting for all this, but unfortunately it's 3. And you can just check mark all of those. Bam, bam, bam. Or leave this one checked and connect the booleans. And then it's just going to copy whatever. It's going to flow through, basically. All right. So that says, hey, when this widget comes up, can you give the guy his mouse back so we can click everything? All right. Now he's going to make it show up when the player is dead. So this might be like a couple extra minutes, guys. I'm going to keep you on, probably maximum extra 5 minutes, but it's important that we do this. And I'm dropping an assignment link at the end of this class, so make sure that you do not leave early. All right, so damage player health. Take the health, subtract it, blah, 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 set health. Health is less. If the health is less than or equal to, call this custom event called kill player. So let's kill player. Okay. So for kill player, let's just create the widget that we just made called death screen, add it to viewport. We also should probably stop the movement of the player. So they won't be able to move. I think, unless maybe disable movement's what I need to do on that. But okay, now there's one more flaw in our plan. There's nothing that's actually causing the enemies to kill the player. So let's do this on our enemies. If he gets close to the player, close enough. There's better ways to do it. I want to like have it animated where he swings at you kind of thing eventually. But for now, I'm gonna make this really inefficient. I'm gonna make some code here that you don't want to have permanently. But we're gonna do an event tick where we get player location. By the way, this is actually more performant than if I was to do the like a sphere overlap. By the way, because people don't think about that, but when you do like sphere overlap and they can generate collisions and you test something's overlap, that's actually still ticked. Okay, What I'm going to do is a tick that doesn't care about the sphere. It's just going to take in a float value, and because it's not doing the sphere thing, it's more performant. Get distance 2, and we could ask it for self, yes, and the player character. Get player character, bam, bam. If this is less than, this time it doesn't really matter, but so less than or equal to, whatever, let's do less than 100, do a branch. Oh, there's something already really inefficient about this, which is that if this is true for 2 frames, we're going to call damage health twice. If it's true for 4 frames, we're going to call it 4 times. Already really bad code. So, but I just want to get this to test the death screen, make sure it works. Now we need to get the player character. Let's cast to third-person character. Since I'm going to end up undoing this anyway, I'm not going to make it pretty, and we're just going to damage player health by 1. All right, really not good code. We'll change that later, but let's just see if this works. So, oh no, don't get near me. I'm trying to shoot. Don't get near me. No. Gotta let one of them get near me. And boom. Okay, so we got that restart screen. Couple problems. Not able to click on this for some reason. I can still see the guy over there. How we're going to solve that is real simple. For a background image, just make sure the anchor is set to this one where it shows to expand to the full size of the screen. And then as far as, we shouldn't have stopped movement. We should disable movement, actually. Disable movement. That's what you want. And then you won't be able to look around, I don't think. And then why things weren't clickable could be, I'm going to set the vertical box to be a little bit bigger. And let's just make sure that the visibility settings are not, allow it to be, to interact with the cursor. Looks like it does. Last thing I could think of is just make sure that the Z order is a high number. So that's kind of like the order that it is towards your player on screen. So the higher the number, the closer it is to them. Just in case I added a HUD or something, although I don't know if I did last time and that's there blocking it. But let's let this guy get near me. All right. Did I incorrectly enable click events? I'm enabling click events. Oh, here it is. Wait, maybe. No. Enable touch over events. I did that by mistake, but it's supposed to be mouse over events. Just check mark all these individually. I don't know if that was it. Get player controller, set enable click events. Also, those buttons were not in the middle, even though they're supposed to be in the middle. You see it all? Yeah, there you go. So what we'll do is we'll just do the same thing, anchor. See, it's anchored to the left there. So what we want to do is anchor it to the middle. Boom, now it'll hang out in the middle, perfect. See if that works. All right, come kill me, come on, bam. Anybody got an idea? I'm open to them. Button. I mean, the button, I have button click event. I haven't messed with the visibility. Maybe I do that. There's nothing in front of it. Right? No. Maybe, let me check the visibility on the canvas. And that's correct. It's not transparent. I mean, just the default button. Okay, let's add a couple other interactable items like this right here and see if that can be interacted with. You had a script for that, right? Yeah, well, even if I didn't, you should be able to see the button hover. It should change color because that's the default Unreal. All right, can I drag the slider? My mouse cursor changes for a second. It's weird. It almost looks like there's something in front of it. Okay, let me make sure there's not some HUD in here from begin play or something. There isn't. Isn't the widget constantly being made? Oh, Jacob, you got it. Oh my goodness. Jacob got it before I got it. Dude, nicely done. The widget is being made on tick. Every time I hover over the damn thing, it puts another one in front of it, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one on frame as long as all those guys are there. Again, I was the first one to say, this is really bad code. I shouldn't be writing this. This is really bad. I'm going to change it later. And you see what kind of trouble it gets you into when you use event tick? It's things you don't even think about. Great catch. Okay, here's how we're going to get rid of that catch. Even with my horrible janky code, what we're going to do, this is the way to do it. You do a great little node called called do once. Do once will only do something once. And then if you really want, you can reset it and let it to do something else again later. Okay. Now it's going to work. Guaranteed. Let's see this. And then if this works, then I will give you your link to your assignment, and then I'll let you go. All right, here they come. Oh, no, I'm shooting, and oh, bam. All right. Can I hit restart? See that? Hit restart, and bam, it works. Perfect. Cool, cool. You guys are great. Great job. Great participation. I'm going to close out the live stream. I don't think there were any glitches this time, which is you're the first class, which is awesome. Bye, everybody, live stream.